Hey guys, it's Nurse DJ. I'm back. Finally. So I know some of y'all are probably mad. You're like, what happened to that guy? What is he doing? He told us he was going to nursing school. Has he started? What's going on? I want answers. Well, I got those answers for you. So today is the second day of my second week of nursing school. I've officially started my program. I'm in the first semester of it, so I'm going to give you some updates about that. I had planned to video during the orientation, but I didn't really get around to that. I'm trying to work out doing videos on the go, more mobile vlogs, but it's not quite working out, and I don't like the way it gets filmed on my smartphone. So until I get a camera that's more appropriate for those type of videos, I'll just be doing these floating head videos. But yeah, so that's what's going on, and orientation went well. I got to meet my classmates. Orientation was a little bit overwhelming because it's like, whoa, this is a lot. And by that point, all of our professors had uploaded their syllabus to Blackboard, syllabi to Blackboard, and it's a lot. But then once you get in the midst of it, it's not quite as much as you think. Don't get me wrong, this is a heck of a lot of work, but it's just once you manage it and you've actually whether you use an agenda or a to-do list or whatever you use, once you've actually managed it out, it actually aligns well where you're able to get things done in a, at a good pace, and you're getting things done by the deadline and it's working out fine for you. So my courses that I'm taking this semester are Foundations of Nursing Practice. That course also has the practicum, which most of you have probably heard being called a clinical or rotation. That course is worth the most credit hours. I think it's worth like 6, which is a lot when it comes to your GPA. So that's the one you really want to put the pedal to the metal and make sure you are excelling in. I mean, you need to excel in all of them, but 6 credit hours. So then there's Intro to Professional Nursing. I actually haven't had that class yet because, okay, rewind. Last week was the first week of nursing school. We only went to school one day, and that was on Tuesday because Monday was Martin Luther King holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Tuesday, I got to go to Tuesday I got to go to health assessment. And then Tuesday night, around midnight, it decided to snow. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, that's right. It decided to snow. So on Wednesday, we didn't have class. On Thursday, there was still enough ice on the ground that the schools remained closed. Didn't have class. Fridays is a free day for me. I'll get around to telling you what my schedule is like in a minute. And then there was the weekend. So we had no classes other than that Tuesday. However, students that had clinicals on Friday did have their clinicals. So my group, Thursday clinicals, we're a week behind. So this coming Thursday, we're going to make that up. But yeah, I know that was probably kind of confusing, but we only had class one day last week. I did. So yeah. So this week, being week 2 of nursing school, is the first official week, if you get what I'm saying. So yesterday was Monday. I had pathophysiology and love that class. Love the teacher. She's super animated. I'm going to enjoy her class because she keeps you engaged. She talks to you. It's a really exciting class. I love the content, being that I was a biology major prior to, I got a degree in biology actually prior to starting nursing school. Pathophysiology fits right in hand with what I've learned as a biology major. So That class is going to be great. On Tuesday, which is today, I have health assessment, and that class goes from 8:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock, and then we have like a 30-minute break, and then we have health assessment lab, which is where we learn some skills, the nursing process, assessment. So that class is just particularly on assessment and assessing the patient's condition, and the onset and of their diagnosis and getting a treatment plan going for them. So that's what that class is. So that lab ends at pretty much 12:30. Ended at 12 today. And then that's it for Tuesday. On Wednesday, I have Foundations of Nursing and Intro to Professional Nursing. I'm winging this video, so I'm not really going to edit it, so it is what it is, but you're getting my thinking process in the midst of it as well. So that's on Wednesday, and I think that ends around 1 o'clock or so. And then on Thursday, I have clinicals. Our scheduled clinical time, like that's officially on our school schedule, is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. because at some point when we actually start doing clinicals in the hospital, which will be like halfway through the semester, that span just incorporates whatever time the specific floor of the hospital you're on or whatever unit you're with, the time that they may need. Some units may go 9 to 3 and be done. Some units may actually go before 7 a.m. You have to be at the hospital at 5:30 a.m., but you may get out around 1:30. Or some units, depending on your preceptor, may want you to get the real feel of a 12-hour shift, and you'll be there from 7 to 7 p.m. or 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. or maybe 13 hours, who knows. So that's all my Thursday is. Right now, we're staying on campus in the simulation lab, so it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and we may be getting out early on some of those days. And then, like I told you, Fridays I have off. But so far, I'm loving my classes. I have my books. I rented all of my books. If you have a question, I'll eventually do a frequently asked questions session. I have had a few people ask me questions, but I wasn't logged on to YouTube like I should have been. So I will eventually answer some of those questions. But I was advised by some of the senior level students and also by current registered nurses and NPs that just rent the books. Even though professors will tell you that you may reuse the books, certain books like fundamentals will mainly just be using this year, and then I'll need it in the fall as well, and I'll just rent it again. But past that, I probably won't use it because we'll move on to books specifically on med-surg and peds and OB-GYN and things like that. So there's no point in having it long term and spending almost $200 on it when I can just spend like $60. You get what I'm saying? So the book we use for health assessment is Bates' Pocket Guide to Physical Examination and History Taking. You can't see the front because Amazon puts their handy dandy rental sticker on there for Prime students. For Foundations of Nursing and also Intro to Professional Nursing and a little bit of health assessment, just a little bit, we use this big fella, Fundamentals of Nursing, the Art and Science of Person-Centered Nursing Care. And this is by Taylor and Lillis and Lynn. I know a lot of schools use this because I do keep up with other nursing students that have vlogs, and that seems to be a really common book around different nursing schools. And lastly, pathophysiology isn't included in all nursing programs because even at my school, you could have taken it prior to entering the nursing program. However, I was a transfer student, so I didn't have that class at my last university. And So if you hadn't taken it prior, then you have one extra class during your first semester. So, and that's what I have. And this is by Capriati and Frizzell, and it's Pathophysiology, Introductory Concepts and Clinical Perspectives. I love reading this book because it's really concise. The Fundamentals book is wordy, but is written to give you a really deep understanding of what you're reading. Like, it's not super, medical terminology heavy and things like that. And the medical terminology, nursing terminology that is there is well explained, so you know what you're talking about. The Patho book, on the other hand, is your typical science textbook. It's dry. That's all I can say about it. Also, I got my uniform ready. That the tuition at my university is super affordable. It's ranked one of the best value universities in the Southeast, regional universities in the Southeast, and also one of the ones with the lowest graduating student debt rate. I guess that's how you say it. So, really super affordable. But because of that breakdown of tuition, a lot of the things with our nursing tuition doesn't include our uniform. It doesn't include, like, we use ATI. Sorry for saying we use ATI, which covers like certain textbooks. We haven't gotten those yet. I don't believe they shipped in, but we're going to get like 4 or 5 textbooks for ATI for this year. And it also is for our exams, which will be computer generated, and that'll be through ATI. And a lot of our lessons and computer simulated modules are through ATI. So a good bit of our grades come from ATI generated exams and quizzes and learning modules, which I really like. ATI has an excellent program, and everything that I've sat down and watched on ATI thus far in 2 weeks have been really, great, and I have a good understanding of what I've learned, and I'm able to retain it well. Mainly because I'm a visual learner, and it really helps in our intro to professional nursing class, because something like professionalism is easy to me to see, so it has a lot of videos of acted out scenarios, and it's much easier to understand in a visual format. Then I have my ID that we have to wear in the hospital. We put it on our collar, and yeah, so we can be identified as baccalaureate nursing students, and everyone knows who we are, and it stays within HIPAA policies, and there's some state policies in South Carolina, some nursing practice acts that require it because of incidents that happened decades ago. So there can be no unnamed clinical or non-clinical personnel within a hospital. Then I have my scrub top. This semester I only purchased one because we only have one clinical a week, and I can just wash it for it to be prepared for next week. It was super hard to find pants for me because I'm short. I'm 5'3", and most men are taller than that. So I had to get what I had to get. They're a little bit big, but I think I'll eventually get them hemmed up. But it's by Jockey, and we have to have black pants with the green scrub top. And then I have my coat with the school seal on the left side, and it's embroidered, and we had to pay for all of that because, again, that's not included in tuition. We also had to pay for the ATI subscription and other subscription to educational software, which makes it a little bit pricey. You end up spending, if you bought your books, you would end up spending well over $1,000 on everything to have for the school year, for your first school. And then for second semester, we have to purchase the ATI software again for the second semester. Other than that, everything's going well. There's a lot of reading. And I'll probably, actually now that I think about it, I'm going to get to preparing for your start of nursing in another video, because I have a lot to say on that and I'm already at like 15 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably immediately start my second video after cutting this one off. So if you're interested in learning more about preparing to study and preparing yourself mentally for the workload that you're going to have for nursing school, yeah, I'm doing that next. So just click one of those, or if it's there, or just go to my page and watch my next video. Until then, Nurse DJ.